Within wellness paradigm of care, there would still be a place for use of medications that help people feel differently, at least for a time. Sedatives, tranquilizers, and so forth. And you would still want to fund science that seeks to better understand the many pathways to debilitating mood states and to psychosis, and yes, whatever biological vulnerabilities that may be present.
Salamanders are a group of amphibians typically characterized by a lizard-like appearance with slender bodies, blunt snouts, short limbs projecting at right angles to the body, and the presence of a tail in both larvae and adults.
Bioperturbation, the disturbance of soils by animals, is an important and often essential functional component of many ecosystems worldwide. It determines the spatiotemporal characteristics of soil patches and thereby contributes to the ecosystem's diversity and heterogeneity.
Rites of passage are one deep avenue to experience this love in our bones. Once realized, the care for the earth, the connection and experience of nature, and our part and place in the whole will inform our future, our care for all of life. Without this care and a true understanding of interdependence, our actions and lives may well be fragmented, divisive, and destructive.
Current research models indicate that climate change associated with increasing levels of greenhouse gases is likely to lead to the soils in the interiors of the major continents drying out. In response to a drying of cropland, people are likely to seek either new sources of irrigation water or new, wetter areas to farm. If we choose desalination of seawater as a possible solution, large amounts of energy will be required.
Much of today's business is conducted across international borders, and while the majority of the global business communication might share the use of English as a common language, the nuances and expectations of business communication might differ greatly from culture to culture.
Finally, the experimenters examined real insects. To see if leg adhesion might also play a role in the walking coordination of real flies, they put polymer drops on the flies' legs to cover up their claws and adhesive pads, as if the flies were wearing boots. And watched what happened. The flies quickly began to use bipod like leg coordination similar to the one discovered in the simulation.
Reserve requirements are the proportions of the deposits that banks must keep in hand and are not allowed to lend out. For example, if the reserve requirement is 10% and you deposit $100 in a bank, the bank can lend $90 of that $100 to someone else, but it is not allowed to lend the remaining $10.
Having the same dream again and again is a well-known phenomenon. Nearly 2/3 of the population report having recurring dreams. Being chased, finding yourself naked in a public place or in the middle of a natural disaster, losing your teeth, or forgetting to go to class for an entire semester are typical recurring scenarios in these dreams.
From a child's point of view, what is the purpose of TV advertising? Is advertising on TV done to give actors the opportunity to take a rest or practice their lines? Or is it done to make people buy things? Furthermore, is the main difference between programs and commercials that commercials are for real, whereas programs are not, or that programs are for kids and commercials for adults?